Welcome everyone to the seminar today. Thank you for making it again on time. My name is Hudayfa Nawafle, and we represent today Bitrix24 as gold partner from VAM Consulting. And I am joining you with my colleague, Andrew Gastinyuk, the head of development in VAM. And he has, I think, a word to start with, so I will leave it for you to start with your word, Andrew.
Hello, good morning. My name is I'm head of development here at VAM Consulting. I'm the proud product manager of our game-changing technology solutions from cloud. We are glad to see all of you here, and you see, in our fast-paced age, digital age, having the right tools to drive growth your business is more critical than ever. And I have always believed in the potential of technology to change our lives, make it better and easier. And with one cloud, we are investing in this vision for all businesses everywhere. I'm sure you will gain new knowledge, new ideas to improve all aspects of managing your company and to grow your business. Thank you again, and let's get to our event.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you. Bitrix24, you can think of it as a single point of communication to communicate internally or externally. Like, that's the baseline of the technology, Bitrix24. However, it's not a matter of the tool itself, like Bitrix24 or other tools that you might find in the marketplace in general. We are here not to talk about Bitrix itself as a product, but to talk about your business and how the technology and the trends that we're witnessing now in our age can help increase the efficiency of your business, decrease the cost, make it better in all aspects. That's the promise of our event today. And I value your time, and I promise that we will do our best to make our event today worthwhile your time, inshallah. So when it comes to business now, we all agree that it's impossible to do something worthwhile with your business and make it efficient without using technology. We agree on that, all of the business leaders. However, sometimes using technology can be daunting, challenging, overwhelming for a lot of business leaders, simply because maybe you're not supposed to be a tech guy to work with technology, right? And there are a lot of people, like maybe myself, who are BBC, born before computer. So if you're in this area, then that doesn't mean that you need to literally put your heart and effort just to get by. You need a technology. Your business deserves a technology that is easy to use, simply can connect with the different aspects of your business needs, simple interface, speaks a language that you can resonate with and can connect and can customize as you need. That's why we represent today Bitrix24. Now, there is a story I want to share with you behind why we are representing Bitrix24. The backstory of our company is, as maybe most of you know, is that we work in marketing. So we are a marketing consulting company. That's VAM Consulting. And we run a team of, at the time when we started with Bitrix, of team around 30 people, 30 employees. And it was hard for us to attend our own work, to communicate internally, to keep our projects organized, to access the data that we need, to have a proper record, just the convenience of running the business. We started looking for solutions. So we tried almost every single tool that we got our hand on. I will not name any of them, but I just want you to know that I'm crazy when it comes to technology. I go and try and test everything else. I have passion to technology myself. So I've literally tried a lot of tools. And when we found Bitrix24, it was like love from the first sight. We loved it as users first. And then once we saw how it made our life easier, we thought, oh, this might help our clients as well. So we started introducing Bitrix to our clients, and from there we started becoming a partner, and with a short period of time we became gold partner for Bitrix24, and the rest is history. Now, think of Bitrix24 as a unified business solution that connects all of your business together. What does it mean? It means that for your company to succeed, you need different maybe tools or different functionalities, let's say, in order to attend your work. Like you need a CRM for the data and the records. You need maybe communication channels, like to make phone calls, to send emails, to send WhatsApp messages, to communicate with your customers. You need to process documents, to sign contracts maybe, right? All these are daily business needs. From the other side, there are some specific or different needs that depends on the industry, your industry. Like for example, in real estate, maybe you need a functionality to manage your listing and your inventory of listed properties, and you need to manage the contacts of the property owners. And then you need to publish these listings on Payut, Property Finder, or maybe your website. And then also maybe you need to do some restricted access permissions, so nobody sees the data unless they are authorized to and doesn't get into the wrong hands. So this is something industry specific. So let's take another industry. Okay, I have looked to your registration forms, so I have a good idea, I think, about the industry that you're coming from. So project management, I can see. We can see healthcare sector. We can see legal companies. We can see online payments and technology companies. It doesn't matter whatever the industry that you are in, Bitrix can be customized and tailored to fit that need of your industry. We will get into this customization after first explaining the big idea behind Bitrix and the tools in Bitrix. So, Bitrix has 35 or more than 35 native applications built in that you don't need to buy to integrate or to buy another tool to connect it. It's just built in. And you can think of these 35 tools under 5 pillars. Okay, the first pillar is the virtual office, and you will love this, especially if your team works in different sites or maybe work on the go or in different countries. It just brings everyone together. A virtual office, and you will see how it looks like with a real example. And the second part is the tasks and project management, which is again another way to look into how things get done in your company. Literally, you can automate a workflow for a predefined project from the starting point to the end point with zero interference from a manager telling someone to do something. Just the system will tell everyone what to do based on the phase of the project. And there is also the popular Scrum project management methodology built in Bitrix. I will not get into explaining what Scrum is. If you don't know it, then that's fine. But if you do know it, just know that Scrum is built in functionality in Bitrix as a project management methodology. And then the third part is the CRM, which I believe most of you are here today to see how the CRM works. It's a huge module in Bitrix, and we'll show you how it looks like and how every company can benefit from the CRM. And then the contact center, which is the way how you connect your system to other tools, to the world around you. Like, for example, to connect the social media to Bitrix. So when someone sends a message on, let's say, Instagram or Facebook or a WhatsApp, or send an email, or maybe make a phone call, it just goes to Bitrix directly, and your team can reply to that message from within Bitrix. They don't even need access to the source, which is Instagram, for example. So from Bitrix itself, they can reply to the message or to the comment and so on. And then the sites and the stores, which is another module. That's where you can build landing pages or websites on the fly, or e-commerce websites, inventory management, and online payments, and much, much more. So these are the 5 pillars that make Bitrix. Now, I want to add something here. Bitrix does not provide a financial model like QuickBooks, for example, or this stuff, because the Bitrix is trying to be universal. That applies to the universal business landscape. And finance is kind of dependence on each country code, their tax code, their regulations, so that will, take them aside from developing the core functionality. However, you can integrate it with other financial tools like QuickBooks, for example, or also you can function or process the basic financial needs, like for example, sending invoices, price quotations, collecting payments, online payments, WhatsApp payments, the card, like the QR code, the quick response code to make a payment, that can be done from Bitrix. Because from the back end here in the UAE, we have Stripe, and you can connect Bitrix to Stripe or to PayPal, for example. Now, with that in mind, let's look into the virtual office. Now, inside the virtual office, you can make video calls with the team, chats, work groups. You can make comments and assign things to discuss anything in your work. It's better to show you in visual than just showing you a slide. So I will open our own Bitrix account and give you a quick glimpse. So you see here, this is the list of the seminar registrations, all right? And this is like a pipeline. So this is a customization we did in literally 20 minutes. Something special for this seminar. A form for people to sign, and then when they sign, they receive automatically an email, and once they confirm, they receive a confirmation automatically on WhatsApp. Nobody writes these emails, nobody writes these WhatsApp messages, it's all automated. Okay, even the phone calls goes from the system itself. So this is one way of how we can use it. And the beauty about it is that all this record is linked to the same database, so you can utilize it and leverage it in different ways. We were talking about the virtual office. So the virtual office engages things like doing phone calls. So let me call Andrew, my colleague here. So Andrew, I'm putting you on the spot, I'm sorry. And, okay. You need maybe to connect to that phone Wi-Fi, yeah? Okay.
Hi, Rick.
All right, so this is a quick way to connect with your team. Also sending WhatsApp messages, sending messages, files, pulling any conversations or chat immediately on the fly. So imagine you are literally one click away from any of your team members. The same story applies to your clients. You are also one click away from any client. One click literally to make a phone call or to send a WhatsApp or to send an email or to see the history. And more into the virtual office, we can connect it, somehow to the tasks as well. So if I say, for example, there is a task here to plan a meeting with Saudi Aramco. So if I need help from someone of my team, so I can just mention him here, let's say Hiba, for example, and say, this is a test comment. Don't reply. Okay, so boom. Now Hiba gets a notification on her phone or on her application, and she knows that she has been mentioned in this task or in this context. The beauty about this point is you immediately keep your team in context. In other words, you don't need to send lengthy emails or look in your inbox for long chats just to find where to reply or what was this about, and so on. It's just one glimpse, mention someone here, boom. They immediately know the history of this task, what has been discussed here, and they can just get into the context on the fly. And also in the mobile version also, which I will show you in a second. Another interesting thing is that you can bring all the stakeholders of a certain task from chat as well. So if, let's say, for example, if there is a task that engages more than one person, let's look into, let's look into everything. And okay, let's look into this task. This task is assigned to one of our team members to conduct an interview. It's a HR thing. So if I want to know what happens in this task, or I want to get everyone connected to this task in one conversation, I simply just click on a video call and I bring them all in one conference call, the team, or I can just chat with them if that's more convenient, and I can create like a chat group specifically for this task. So once they receive the call or once the chat opens in front of them, they immediately know that this chat is about this task. So they are in the context with you. So they don't need to, think too much to understand what you want from them. And so on. Okay, so this is how the virtual office looks like. Plus, of course, the drive, because there is how Bitrix Drive. It's similar to Google Drive or Dropbox and so on. So there is a Bitrix Drive, and you have a lot of possibilities in there, such as the access rights, the expiry of a certain link if you want to share it outside the organization, and so on. The calendar as well. That's something interesting. So think of the calendar, but living with the entire ecosystem. In other words, you can open the calendar and invite someone to a meeting, but also you can schedule it from the CRM, from the card of the client, and it will be added to the calendar. Or maybe you can put it in a form on your website. This is specifically helpful for maybe healthcare sector, if they need to book or to show calendars for different doctors maybe, or maybe different experts or advisors in real estate, for example. So it shows the available spot. Let me show you an example of that. Andrew took the liberty today and created a link to show this. There we go. Yeah. So it looks like this. So someone will fill this form, and then they choose with whom they want to meet. And immediately here they see the available spots for him. And once they confirm it, it's added to the calendar. And if that's maybe a meeting room or a clinic or a doctor or whatever the source is, it gets locked at this time, and so on. So this is not built-in functionality, but it's your imagination to think of it and build it. And it doesn't take programming or coding or nothing complicated. You see the point? They give you like an operation system. Bitrix, think of it as a business operation system, literally. That's how I like. Maybe this is naive to think about it this way, but this is maybe the easiest way to understand it. It's an operation system, and you can draw anything you like. It's your word, paint it. That's exactly how it works. Getting back also to the virtual office. The workflow. Okay. The workflow automation maybe is also good to show you a scenario. I will open something called SPA, Smart Process Automation, recruitment workflow. Okay. Workflows. If you can put something in a sequence, you can automate it. That's the idea. If you can draw a diagram for any workflow, it can be built in Bitrix24. Think about this. How many tasks, in fact, that is repetitive tasks, that you yourself get really bored of repeating the same thing or explain it the same thing over time, again and again. Like, for example, let's look into the hiring process. You're the business leader, you want to hire someone. You want to make sure that you're getting the best talents, and you are also want to make sure that this talent that you are acquiring is also getting the best onboarding process, getting well attended, trained, but you don't have time to follow up through that. Okay? And maybe the HR department is still growing in your department, in your company, and you don't have a huge HR department to take care of this job for you. So what would you do in this case? We are in this position, and I will tell you what we did. First, we draw a diagram of the steps of the process, of the onboarding process, or let's say of the recruitment journey from the moment one of the departments in our company, they need a hire, until the moment this hire is landed and onboarded and is working and productive. What should happen in each stage? So it started with a manager filling a form inside Bitrix, requesting that they need certain, let's say, certain job title. It goes to that department, the manager department, and they approve it or disapprove it. If approved, immediately goes to the copywriter in our company. That's our scenario. You can design any scenario you like. But for our case, it goes to the copywriter and they write the job description in a way that is compelling and understandable and just aligns with our needs. Once done, a task goes immediately to the graphic designer to design job posts, some graphics about it. And then once done, it goes to the social media manager to post it on social media, to start looking on LinkedIn with the HR and so on. And people start seeing this ad. Let's say we run ads, literally. We run Facebook ad or Instagram ad for hiring. And it works with us. So people start filling forms, the application form. Once we receive an application, a task goes to the person who initiated the request to see the applicants and shortlist them or reject them. Once they shortlist them, the system will send a message or an email to the candidates and tell thank you for taking the liberty to apply. You have been shortlisted. We will interview you shortly. If it's rejected, a message will go and say sorry. Then, on the interview, once the interview is scheduled, the HR team does not need to do anything more than just filling in the application itself. If I open it for you here to show you, we call it the candidate card. In the card itself, we just open it like that, and they just put here the dates. When did they agree to meet with here. They just choose the date. Once they choose the date, the system will immediately take the card, put it in interview, and then send an email with a Zoom link, with the time, with the location, everything to the candidate, and create a calendar for the people who are going to interview them, and so on. Until the end, even the signing, the signature, the signing of the job offer, it can be done through e-sign Bitrix with OTP authentication. We'll show you how during the course of today's presentation, and so on. So this is one workflow for hiring. You see, yeah, it takes some time to develop this, but you build it one time and that's it, instead of repeating the whole same journey every time. Now, when it comes to onboarding, there is a checklist maybe you conduct in general, or you do, and you need to make sure that this checklist is done very well every time. It will be added there. Maybe there are some online courses that you need them to attend, or some certificates they must obtain during the course of their training. It can be added there, so they cannot go to the next step unless they finish this. So this way you're 100% sure that your process is optimized. Now, this is for HR, I said. Imagine this for sales funnel, for someone filling a form to request an inquiry from your company. And once the request is landed into the CRM, they immediately receive a confirmation on WhatsApp, and so on until they become a client. What they should see, hear, understand, all over the process. We'll take example on that as well now. It's the same thing. We can automate a lot of that. So that's more into the virtual office and the workflow automation that is part in the virtual office. Cool thing also is the time tracking and the work report and management. So when someone from your team lands, they just need to clock in as they are working, clock out if they finished work, put a break if they are on break. We can link this with your existing biometric if you have one, the fingerprint biometric for access, or we can restrict this to work only in a certain geographical location or IP address or Wi-Fi if you wanted just to work in the perimeter of the office. That's all possible. But again, that's one way to work smart here. And the reports, we can configure reports that goes daily or weekly or as however you like it. From your team in general. Okay. Now, The CRM, this is the big part. From the moment you capture a contact until forever, everything with this contact lives in something called a card. It's either lead card, a deal card, contact card, or company card. In other words, this is how the database structure inside Bitrix24 works. You have contacts, right? These contacts, they are connected maybe to companies. And these companies, they might be connected to leads, or to deals, or to quotations, or invoices, or proposals. All of these parts speaks to each other inside Bitrix24, which makes it powerful to understand the real performance of your business. Okay, let's take example on that. How do we generate leads? Okay, how leads come to the system. It doesn't matter what is the lead source that you use. It can be integrated or connected with Bitrix24. So it can be social media message. It can be a landing page on your website. It can be a live chat. It can be a phone call that you receive over a call that is connected with Bitrix24. More of that will come in the course of today's presentation. It can be a WhatsApp message sent to your number that is connected with Bitrix24. It can be an email to a certain address, like info, support, or whatever. All of these are possible lead sources. Once a lead comes to Bitrix, it goes to a pipeline, the lead pipeline we call it, and it creates a card immediately. That's in case it's new. But if the communication is not new, it's with an existing lead, an existing contact that you are already in conversation with, it just go and update that record itself until you decide to finish it or so. Once the card is created, let's create a quick card, a test card here together. Okay, so I'll just choose myself. Here is a cool automation, interesting customization. You can decide what is the preferred language for this contact, Arabic, English, French, Russian, whatever, and then make sure that any automated message that goes to this contact is sent with that language. Example of it is that what we use here, Arabic or English. And so this is a card, I'll call it here test lead, okay? And it landed on the first stage, which we call prospect. By the way, we can change these names. It depends on your industry. So new inquiry, a patient, booking, whatever you want to call it, that's fine. But in general, the sales process is the same. Someone makes an inquiry, they make a meeting or an appointment or a phone call, I don't know, it depends on your business. And then they get a proposal. If they like it, they sign and they start a project. That's like the general premise of the sales process, right? It's exactly the same story here, but however, when we design the sales process, we take in mind all the possible scenarios. So, when you get an inquiry, what's the first action a company should do? Is to make a call, right? So what might happen after that? Someone might pick up the phone or might not pick up the phone. So if they did pick up the phone, what should happen? If they did not pick up the phone, what should happen? So for example, let's look into this. I will assign this as an inquiry. So I'll move it to new lead. And let me open my phone here and share it on the screen to see what happens in the background. You see, I've just received a message today. Dear Hudayfa, I don't know if you can see the screen. This is my WhatsApp, by the way. Thank you for your interest in Bitrix24 because that's the product I assigned in the CRM. Our team at VAM Consulting is excited and so on. Best regards. Okay. Let's say that we will assign this lead to Muhammad. Let's say. Okay. From the back end, you see here. See how we can reassign, by the way. So this lead is with Andrew, right? Let's take it. The system created a task immediately to Andrew. If you can see it here, because Andrew is the head of development, shouldn't be engaged in sales, but in general, a task for Andrew to assign someone for this lead. So the system send the message to Andrew and a notification that we need to assign someone to this inquiry. Once, let's say Andrew did that and assigned it to, let's say Muhammad, and close this and move to assigned. When moved to assigned, let me share my screen back again. All right, which is now, my name is Muhammad and I have been assigned to attend your request. So immediately goes the way we want it. And it's coming with English language. Why? Because we assigned the preferred language as English. So that's one of the use cases for that. If no reply, let's just move it from here to no reply to show you. Oh, can you help me? We'll just move this lead, Andrew, to the test lead, just move it to no reply. So if, let's say Muhammad tried to call this client and he did not reply on the phone, so he should receive a message. Yeah, see, I have tried to call you to discuss your interest in X product. It sounds like you're busy. Let me know when to call you back and so on. So it's convenient. This gives more space to your sales managers to focus on the conversations itself instead of worrying about doing some administrative tasks. So they spend time speaking to the customer rather than sending reminders and messages and following up on quotations. Okay? And also eliminate the time wasted with speaking of someone who is not interested, and also not feeling guilty that you're not following up with someone who might be interested but you're not sure he's interested. So no, you don't have that at all. Why? Because you're following up with everyone and it's not costing you anything of your time. So you're doing your part and now you're just increasing the potential of getting better results. And so on. So that's a long journey that can be customized on however your business operates. But this is a glimpse of it. Now, the cool part of this is that we can see the whole log of history here. So for the sales team, for the sales manager here to communicate with the lead, they just open the lead card. From the card itself, they can send an email from their work email with signature and everything. They can send a WhatsApp message, they can send an SMS, and they can make a call. Now, this call is possible because of the integration with CallGear. We have prepared a special presentation for you from CallGear today. We'll meet also some of their team during the course of our seminar today. But the idea behind CallGear is that they give you a telephony solution that can work with Bitrix24 through either a virtual landline number like 04 or 02, Dubai or Abu Dhabi, or maybe you can send your SIM card to them and they put it in a device and they connect it with your account, so you can make calls, mobile calls from anywhere in the world through the system. We will demonstrate that, so we're using this. Muhammad, if you can call me from CallGear, please. Okay, so CallGear is a mobile application. You put it on your mobile, so you don't need to give devices to your team. They just download the application. They get a username and password, and all calls goes from CallGear itself or from Bitrix through CallGear. Okay, so I'm receiving a call. As a customer, the call is regular, like it's Muhammad work. That's how I saved his number. But he does not have the SIM card in his device. The SIM card is with these guys. I don't know where they put it. So I answer the call. Hello? This is a test call. Just want to check the quality of the voice. Speak something. Can you hear me? Yes. All right, thank you. Bye. Okay, so the moment we close the call, it should land here in the log of this lead card. It may not land because my phone is added to exceptions, Andrew. Sorry, it's added to exceptions. Okay, let's you call, yeah. Call to Mr. Ibrahim. Let's make use of him. If you don't mind, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you. So, yeah. And You know, if you don't mind at all, we can maybe open the conversation between you and Nassim. Mr. Wael? Where is Mr. Wael? You don't mind? Okay. All right, okay. Yeah. If you want a UAE number, it requires call gear. We will come to that. If you need like a European number, UK, any Europe, United States, Australia, no, you don't need a third-party application.
And the landline can be integrated if we have landline.
They are working. You will listen to their part because they will have something to share with you guys. I believe so. They are better equipped to answer these technical questions. But I believe yes, there is a way, but still. As to my knowledge, still not fully optimized. Respond to the call, please. Okay, so now, because we have your contact, Engineer Wael, right? We have it in the system already. Now, it should only update the record. So if we look, you still see the screen, right? If we go to that card, and Mr. Wael, yeah, there we go. Mr. Wael Kofahi, right? Yeah, the contact, sorry. Yeah, we can see here a call between, I don't know if the screen is clear for you. Here is the user, which is Muhammad in this case. And the call is with Mr. Wael, Engineer Wael here, and it is recorded here. It just happened now. And also if I can scroll in the card, which is the contact card here for Mr. Wael, if I can scroll down a little bit more, I can see the WhatsApp conversations, and I can see the emails, and I can see the call with Nassim as well. Maybe she called you to confirm the attendance of the event. So this is all happening inside the contact card, okay? All right, what else can we do in the CRM? The analytics to understand the best performing lead generation campaigns that you do, to understand the lead sources, to optimize your budget for better performance, to link it with a sales target, to see, for example, the best performing ads, not just the source, like it's not like Facebook is better than Google, not like that, but also which ad exactly was responsible of generating more results for you. Imagine how this will enhance the performance of your marketing and advertising in general, right? Think of it as well connecting to analyzing the sales team performance themselves, who's performing better than who, and how they were, generating the results for the company. You can send emails, SMSs as well, messages from Bitrix, bulk messages. Hopefully, of course, you have consent from people. You want us to send bulk message? On what? All right. You want us to open our analytics report, Muhammad? And show how much money we make? You're serious? Okay. Okay. Let's look into call analytics. Okay, it's not the sales analytics. So call analytics. This tells you the calls statistics pulled from call gear, right? Because we use call gear, so it reflects here. But you also have more advanced analytics with call gear itself. We will see that as we progress in the seminar. But in the call analytics as well, you can get pretty good insights about the outbound calls, the inbound calls, the successful calls, the failed calls, the missed calls, and so on. Who did most of the calls, if you have a call center, or if your business relies heavily on calls. This gives you a good idea here. So yeah, we covered the lead generation, where you can get leads from and how you can source them or funnel them through the system. Organizing the leads. Oh, by the way, let me show you how convenient it is to work on the CRM and the leads from the mobile application, which is a very interesting feature. Okay, so here is the mobile app for Bitrix. And there are different ways you can assign the view of the app. So for example, if you are interested into just seeing first the sales and the leads, so you put CRM view. If you are a project manager or in a development team, you put maybe first the tasks, and you see your tasks, and you engage with the tasks and so on. So let's look into the CRM. So a CRM, I can see here, this is the lead that we have just created as a test. If I open it, I can see the timeline, which is what happens with this lead, the messages that have been sent, the replies from the client, the notes, maybe the notes from the sales manager. I can put my own note, or I can, from one click here, click to call or send email or send WhatsApp message through WhatsApp. We will cover that. If I have predefined products, and I can assign it to this lead. I say, okay, let's add X product and assign that product to this lead directly from here. If I want to add an activity just to remind myself about something, they call it proactive CRM. The idea of proactive CRM is what? Is that you don't leave any lead or any inquiry, let's say, in your system without plan, without telling, in other words, the system what you are going to do about this and when. So the system can remind you later about it. So for example, contact the customer after he's back from the vacation or something. And I want you to remind me about this on 23rd of August at 3 p.m. Select, save, boom. Now the system will remind me of that on time. Of course, I can filter my leads here just to see, for example, who's in the assigned stage only. I'm looking here as a manager. I can see everyone's leads, but you can control the access permission, which is who can see what. So for example, sales managers can see their own leads only. Head of sales can see his leads and their manager's leads. You can also change the access permission to not allow, for example, exporting the data or importing data. You can, in some versions of Bitrix, you can even mask the contact information. This is, I mean, we receive this inquiry a lot from the real estate companies, whom they care of hiding the contact details of property owners. They don't want it to be shared publicly, so they don't get annoyed or misused or something. So that's one use case of this access permission customizations, and much more also on that. Yeah, turning leads into customers. You can also broadcast a message or an email, WhatsApp message to your leads. Like for example, the reminders that you have received today, just from Bitrix itself. So just go send emails or WhatsApp messages. As long as we have the consent and the conversation with the lead, and we're not spamming them or sending them irrelevant information, then you should be fine. Analyzing the reports, yeah, that's where to see how much money you're making, expected closing as well, business analytics or business intelligence, based on the data that has been fed to your CRM. Bitrix can predict the sales, let's say, in next quarter and so on. But you need to feed enough data first to use the system for a while. Okay, the CRM store, it's technically an online store. You can just put products, name it, put inventory management for it, price it, put tags, pretty much as any e-commerce store. But because it's connected with the entire ecosystem or the business suite of Bitrix24, it becomes more convenient. Now the contact center, that's where you can connect, as we have discussed, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all that tools to Bitrix24. The telephony, this is very cool feature. This is the module where it can be integrated with call gear and conducting calls locally here in the UAE with the UAE number, or you can just take an international number. If you don't need a local number, a UAE number, you still can rent a phone number depending on the country where you want to rent the phone number from. But technically you can rent it here from any available country that supports this feature. We have clients, for example, who sell real estate in Europe, and they have European numbers from, to speak to their clients in these countries, and they process these calls from the UAE, from Dubai, and it works exactly as we have just demonstrated with Muhammad's case. Okay, now the cool thing is that also Bitrix has like a marketplace. Again, we agreed to think of Bitrix as a business operation system. So like iOS, you have the App Store or Google Play on Android. And you turn to Google Play or iOS to download applications that helps you, do stuff. Same story here. There are hundreds of applications that covers different spectrum of business, third-party applications. Like we have mentioned at the beginning of the seminar, that you can connect Bitrix to QuickBooks. You can connect Bitrix to CallGear. So CallGear, they have application inside Bitrix here, and you download that on your Bitrix interface, and they help you integrate it, and so on. So that makes it even more open to further developments, more customizations, and more enhancements, which is something you will value, I believe, very much. The previous, this one, the telephony. Yeah, of course, you can configure the IVR, by the way. I mean, when someone calls you, you say, hey, this is the X company greeting you. How can we help you today with operations 0, with customer service 2, and so on. Okay, now I want to move to another slides before handing the CallGear and the telephony solution to Alex and his team also here, Shinar and Alex from CallGear, to provide more information about the calling system, about what's up inside Bitrix24 and how this can help you really increase the sales. Okay, there is a technology or a tool called WhatsApp, and this allows you to connect WhatsApp number inside Bitrix24, and from there you can assign or give access to multiple users to use the same number. The idea behind using a unified number inside your CRM is quite helpful for many reasons. The most convenient one of them is when a sales manager leaves or is calling sick or traveling or on a vacation or something, they don't go with the communication or the conversations with them. Everything stays in the system. You just simply assign it to someone else, and everything stays in. And also it gives you more control to check the quality, to analyze, to see the conversations, or maybe for training purposes, to see if your team is saying the right things to the customers and helping them improve their performance. So that's possible with tools such as WhatsApp. We asked our friends in WhatsApp to prepare presentations for you. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to be with us today, but I will be covering their part, and I wish I will do a good job today. So the basic idea that, let's say, the messenger conversations can help with when it comes to sales is that you receive a lot of inquiries in general, all right? And maybe you get 10% conversion rate, which is like 1 of 10 out of 10 when it comes to closing. Now, with sales process being imagined that we all wish this is the case, we receive an inquiry, we make a phone call, the client will pick up the phone, he will tell us what he wants, we'll send our proposal, they'll love it, we sign the agreement, and we get to it. That's like the dream process, right? But it doesn't work this way. What happens instead is that we receive an inquiry, the customer does not pick up the phone call, well, because they're busy, or maybe they got a lot on their plates, or whatever the reason is. I mean, don't forget that we are customers as well. Like every one of us is a customer to someone. So think of your own time. Get busy, right? So that's normal. That's how life works. Unfortunately, 60% of sales is lost due to poor follow-up, no follow-up. And we cannot blame the sales reps for that as well, because it's humanly impossible to handle, like, let's say a pipeline of 300, 400 leads with one sales manager. Just can't process يعني, efficiently without giving our sales team the tools that will help them accomplish the goal we want from them, right? So that's what happens. If the customer pick up the phone, we agree on a meeting, they don't show up, yeah, it happens. If they showed up and then we send the proposal, well, they don't pick up the phone again, right? It happens. So what do we do here? Two things. First, you introduce the messenger communication in between of these, let's say, missing pieces, as we will see in example in a few minutes. Second, you automate sending these follow-up and these messages to the customers so that you can handle big volumes, and at the end of the day, your sales stays high and does not affect. Because if you get, let's say 10 deals closed per month from each sales agent, and each sales agent's routine in the morning is like they process every day like 100 calls, then imagine how much their efficiency will be when they will be just able maybe to process 50 successful calls, but technically speaking to hundreds of leads, because they have a technology that helps them speak massively in a personalized method, in a personalized way. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's see what. Yeah, this is a nice slide. So you ask the sales manager is asking, okay, what's going on? What's the problem? And the idea is that I will call later, and when the customer is gone, suddenly the sales rep will tell you, well, this seems like not the right customer, or maybe not the right product, and they will just find an excuse for you. However, that can be solved when we introduce conversations and messenger conversations and connect it with calls, as you will see with Call Gear in a few minutes. Yeah, that's interesting statistics about WhatsApp or instant messages, let's say, in general, how people interact with it. 95% of customers receive it and see it, and 87% of people reply to the instant messages. It's just the itch of the human being. When they see a red notification, they just can't help but read it, or at least respond at some point, right? Reply to that message. That's how it works. Now, if you use WhatsApp inside Bitrix24, what happens is that someone will receive an inquiry. If the employee does, as we have just seen in my example, once the inquiry is made, the moment you receive the inquiry is the same moment that the client receives a WhatsApp message confirming the act of receiving the order. This increases the likelihood of closing the deal by 60%. Just that moment, immediately. Because if you slipped on it like 15 minutes later, that kills your chances by 60%. Just 15 minutes. In some industries, even less. So you need to. A lot of leads are lost because of maybe the customer felt that he's not important to the company who's trying to buy from, or he's not, his inquiry is not well attended. Let's just keep it this way. Maybe you have yourselves been in a certain situation where you ask yourself, I imagine if these people really want to sell, or are they really in business? Why they're not just taking my business? You want to give them your money, and they're not helping you taking it. It's not that they don't want, but they just maybe don't know about the message, or maybe they just got late to respond to you, and so on. So if you keep these rules, I'll just skip to these rules. If you keep these rules when you send messages, when you have the conversations with the customer over Messenger, you should be fine. Try to make all documents, all important agreements with the customer on WhatsApp. Like, for example, when you receive an inquiry, as we mentioned, it should be sent on WhatsApp or Messenger. When you confirm a meeting, it should be sent on WhatsApp. When you make a phone call, an acknowledgement after that, sent to WhatsApp. When you send the invoice by email, let them know that it's been sent, or maybe send it by WhatsApp. When you send a proposal, do so, and so on. And again, just want to let you know that we're not adding extra work to you. This is all automated. All automated. You have seen just how when we move the deal or a lead from new inquiry to no answer, the system immediately sent that message. Maybe when we generate an invoice from Bitrix itself, like one click, generate PDF, nice invoice with your branding, send through WhatsApp, like that immediately, or emails and so on. So adding WhatsApp to the sales equation simply increases the likelihood of closing more deals. Now, there are 5 reasons I would like to finish with, of why we recommend adding or including WhatsApp inside Bitrix24 through WhatsApp. Is that first, clients in general, they enter the CRM if they are not in the CRM already. So any message you receive on WhatsApp goes to the CRM. And here's a fun fact. A lot of companies, in fact, I won't use most, a lot of companies think they have valuable data. And they think that the valuable data is the contact information of a bunch of people who have certain characteristics. Like I have database for X type of people, their names, emails, and so on. And I have it on Excel sheet. I like to think of such data as a dead data, because it's a data that you can't analyze, you can't track, you can't measure, you can't do anything with, because it lives outside a living system. However, once imported to Bitrix, for instance, so from Bitrix now, this data will generate you even more data, rich data, that you can do much more of it as well. I don't want to turn this into data analytics class, but I just want to give you a glimpse about what I so far have managed to learn about this field. By the way, I'm doing a master's degree in RIT here on data analytics, which helps businesses build AI models and predictive models and machine learning models to make better decisions with their data, automate a lot of the important tasks. One of the cases that we have done in the course of my study here is based on data that I exported from our own CRM system. So here is what I found. I found that first, I can increase the sales efficiency by 80% just when I install a model to qualify the leads and send it to certain sales managers based on certain criteria. So we found a model that told us, okay, this is the equation. If this equation is met, then this lead should go to Muhammad because he's top sales in this product. And this one should go to that. So the technology started helping me, where should I send my leads to for the sales team? Because I have downloaded all the sales records, the conversations, the activities, the clock in time, clock out, all the data that you think useful or maybe not useful. I download everything and I punch it into a data analytics tool such as Tableau, for example, or R Studio, and it gave us this insight. So data is the future, but I'm sorry, an Excel sheet with contact information is not data. It's contacts, that's what it's called. So you need to make it a living data, a living contact, you put it inside the CRM. And better be Bitrix. Okay, so now if you don't have that contact in your CRM, once someone sends you a message on WhatsApp, it immediately creates a record. And it assigns it to someone, and it gives them a task to do something about it. So now don't worry about someone sending a message to the company WhatsApp number and nobody is responding to them. Goodbye to that. It's not going to happen. Second, all customers' communications history is stored in that card. So it doesn't matter if it is now or 10 years from now or 10 years ago. Anything happened between anyone in the company and this customer is in his card. Calls, emails, WhatsApp messages, all that. Third one is that the customer messages will be answered even if the sales agent has gone or is no longer available or wherever he is. So you just simply assign this to someone else, and they immediately see the previous messages at a glance. And the head of sales, if we're talking here sales or quality assurance or whatever the use case of your business, they can control the flow, they can see what happens, and they can provide better, let's say, mentorship, training, and support to their team. And finally, when you're communicating with the WhatsApp, most likely people who have WhatsApp number, they have the phone number on that WhatsApp number. So that's again another bingo for you, that you found a working phone number for a lead that you can speak to. And all that can be done with Bitrix24. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back after the break. We will resume our seminar now with a Call Gear team. So we have Alex and Shinar, so they will provide a presentation for you about Call Gear and the other functionalities that we did not cover, in fact, during my presentation about Bitrix24. You will love it. They have way more tools, solutions that can help you in different ways in your business. So without any delay, let's welcome Alex and Shinar, please. Thank you. Maybe get it closer to your mouth, so. Yeah, now. Yeah, you can use this, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly, let's talk about us briefly, like who we are. So, we are a cloud-based telecom solution. We are a company with 18 years of experience as a part of a big holding that operates globally and has more than 25,000 active paying customers. And if we're talking about specifically why we've been operating for more than 3 years. We obtained our license in March 2020. So as of now, we have more than 600 active customers here in the UAE across multiple industries. The most focus is on the real estate. And here on the slide, you can see the big names of the real estate industry. But it's not things like real estate. We have clients in
healthcare, yeah, financial services, yeah.
Yes, e-commerce, business setups, let's say.
Technology like us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to name a few, it's like, hey guy, move this headway or let's move to the next slide, and Chinar, please cover some really important features of here at how package and
Yes, so let's take a look to Coldbeer's key features. So basically we do provide different features, including call recordings, IVR options, you can set voice greeting for your company. If we're talking about the IVR, we can create different call distributions where the customer just can easily choose the destination by pressing the numbers. And if it's coming to the call recordings, I believe it's very important for every company to have it because this information allows to capture and analyze the customer's conversations to improve the sales performance, sales techniques, and the customer service itself. So when we are talking about different statistics and reports, we do provide this as well. On the Coldbeer account, you can get information about the missed calls, statistics, and information about the performance of your employees. And it also can help you to track all the valuable metrics in your company. And
next slide.
based on our new clients research, up to 50% of the calls are completely lost. So never picked up, never called back. And here, that's where the Coldbeer steps with its after callback feature. So this feature helps to make the process more automated. And it's just when the system just makes an automated call to the missed call by itself. And also another great feature is a dial-out feature. When you can upload your database of the clients to the system, and it will automatically make call one by one. So what it brings? It brings to your company the optimization, and your employees don't need to waste their time like just dialing the numbers manually. The system will do it by itself. And when we are talking about our features, the main one, I believe, is the integration with the CRM, and mainly with Bitrix24.
Yeah, thank you. Some of the features were already covered during the previous presentation with Mr. Zaypa, and we just wanted to maybe quickly review that and some more features. We're talking about features. Basically, here there are two main tools that should be adopted in every company. And if you integrate them, helps your features to be more efficient, and more effective. And what brings the integration of Bitrix24 and Coldbeer is that you have one single communication platform in one window. So your agents, they don't have just to switch between different programs and different types of computer and different browser. They have a single window where they can comment about calls, track the leads and initiate the calls. Let's say somebody calls in, the lead card immediately pops up and they can accept the call right inside the lead card. Let's say if it's existing card, the call will be redirected to the responsible leader automatically.
Yeah, that's the gentleman there has a question about that, which is a very cool feature. Yes, this one, which is to route the call only to the responsible person. No need everyone to get the call, right?
Yeah, let's say you have a general number and you have 100 employees that link to the general number. They have extensions that. So once somebody calls in, the call automatically. The system just trying to find the responsible, the lead owner in Bitrix, and automatically route the call to this specific owner, which significantly reduces time, processing the calls and eliminates the options that can be missed during the redirect. Another point is that all calls will be recorded. So as soon as you finish the call recording will be added to the lead card automatically, which actually was presented during the previous presentation.
Maybe I forgot to mention the click to call feature. Maybe. Yeah.
Another great feature. So
Yeah.
as I mentioned to the person, you just click on the number in Bitrix and the system initiates the call. So we don't use the lead card to stay in the same window and just keep talking to the customer. You can right during the call put some comments into the lead card, and once they are finished, the call will be added to the lead. It's very important for the manager, sales manager. I'm a sales manager. I always track the performance of my team. I listen to the call, I analyze what they're talking about, and actually we together once a week just to listen to the call and understand what we're having to the call, what can improve. And from the sales manager point of view, it's better to get insights when you have those call recordings. So there is no more excuses from the sales reps. Yeah, okay, it isn't fine. Okay, I'm hoping that I have got a lot. But with this integration, you will see all the call pieces are right inside the lead card. It's everything right there in black and white. Yeah. Now?
Okay, so incorporating all here into the Bitrix24 environment, it's not just a simple integration. It's a really strategic move that amplifies your capabilities and transforms the interactions with your customers. It changes the way we interact with the customers to another way. And yes, our commitment to you is to provide you with powerful tool that can improve your business, that can help you with our features, that can help you to in different ways. So to improve the business, to understand the customers more, and all here is backed by a dedicated team of experts who are always ready to help you from the implementation to your achieving business goals.
Yeah, thank you, Chanel. Of course, this is not all the features that have our system. We didn't cover call tracking or lead generation tools, but we are ready to have maybe meetings, in-person meetings with all of you guys, and if you have any questions now, later, we are ready and we are happy to have you. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you, Alex, for I believe there will be some questions. Okay, for both of us, Cold Gear and yeah, maybe we can just have it friendly. We can just having seats, and that's okay. Yeah. So thank you again, Alex and Shinar, for the presentation. You can book a meeting directly with Cold Gear by just arranging with Alex, Shinar, and the team here. And also you can visit the website coldgear.com. You can see all the pricing, all the other solutions, and Anna, of course. Anna saying that I forgot my name, Anna, and with Anna as well. So you can see all this information on the website, plus the other solutions that Cold Gear can provide for you. One of them is interesting for, again, real estate, because a lot of the clients are using Cold Gear now from real estate background, is the filling a form to receive a call immediately. So once the moment someone fills a form on your website, immediately their phone rings from an agent who's available. That's really powerful stuff. If you want that level of sophistication, that's also available. Okay, so now time for Q&As. If you have any questions about Bitrix, about WhatsApp, about Cold Gear, this is the time to ask. Sure. Maybe you can help me with the microphone.
The question is regarding CRM and the communication tools you are providing to us. Let's say in retail environments, there's management sales people and management clients. And as that management, they want to keep one number to present the company, but many users are this data and is searched in
For call gear.
I understood you're talking about kind of critical messages that someone calls in and the either making sense of requests. That's right.
Well, I think usually in companies where they have many sales executive people, as a company or as a brand, they want to unify the messaging and the communication with the client. So, you know, in retail, usually there is many sales executive people, and we give for each and every employee his own advice to communicate with the customer. As a company, we want to unify the message to be unified. I mean, no one could answer in your own way, I could answer in my own way. As a company, because we want to make sure that we deliver the sound message for the customer to be unified.
I think this question is for both of us, by the way. So I'll put the context. Okay. Yes, there is a solution inside Bitrix24 called call script, which whenever a call is received, immediately a window opens, and in there is a pre-ready-made templates according to certain products or department or manager, whatever you call it, or you want it to be. And they can immediately look into the scripts, follow it. One click, send a WhatsApp message. One click, send an email. Simple as formulated templates. That's what you want, like to standardize how the interactions happens across the department, right? That's one part. Did I answer the question, or is there another part of it? Because I also what I understood is that from call gear part for the calls to be routed also to the responsible person only, not to the whole, to anyone, right? If there is an account with an agent, so and any call came for that agent from any account he manages, so the call goes to him right away. That's the question. Yeah, I believe this is.
Just to make it clear, as a company, we can have one number with many different users.
Yes.
And whenever we are receiving call back from the client, to whom would be?
Who's responsible, right?
Yeah, first who's responsible in CRM. The next option is who's the last one who spoke with the customer.
Or how you want it to be.
Let's say you have 100 users, one of them tried to call to the customer from one number which is shared by 100 users, and this client called them back. The system automatically redirects to that person who initially dialed the number. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Any other questions? You have a question? Yeah. Let's just.
We can take it afterwards.
No, it's fine. No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, firstly, thank you so much for breaking us out everything about Bitrix. As you mentioned about the hiring process, I wanted to clarify the steps that you have mentioned. So suppose one hiring manager raises a request for hiring.
Yeah.
So it would be sent to a different person, like suppose to HR for the JD creation or something. But in the meanwhile, will it also, can we have two people notified at the same time?
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for bringing this question. In fact, I believe it's an interesting question because it not just applies to HR and hiring workflows, but it also applies to the concept of workflows in general. Okay, the simple answer, or let's say the short answer for that is yes. And even the best answer for this is that whatever workflow you can think of can be implemented. Now, you can, for example, in our case, in the case that I have mentioned, when a manager requires a hire, once we receive an application, that person who requested the hire is the one who gets notified to look to the CV and decide if it's shortlisted or not. But does it mean he's doing that only alone? No, of course. The HR manager should be, for example, maybe around, or the departments, the head of department or whatever, should be also notified, and they see the process and they can maybe contribute to it. So in every single entity in Bitrix, there is someone called responsible person, and there is participant, and there is supervisor. The responsible person is the person you go at the end of the day and tell him what happened. That's the one who answers to this. But again, the participants, the supervisor, they are aware, they're engaged about that. Yeah.
Thank you for answering that. And also, while creating those process flows, is it possible to set some time frame in it? Like suppose I have raised a request for hiring, then the JD creation would take around a day.
Yeah.
So can we set time frames for that?
Yeah.
So that it would be, like instead of passing it to the social media manager for posting it,
Yeah,
be
definitely.
directly transferred.
Of course, yeah. You can add deadlines, and you can also automate actions based on deadlines, of course, to anything in Bitrix, especially in workflows. So you can add not just a deadline, but also in case the deadline was not met, to notify or if it is about to become overdue, to notify the responsible person, notify the manager, or like Andrew uses a word. Andrew, what is the word you want to go crazy on like tell everyone? What's the... There is a word you say it when you want the system to go crazy and tell everyone that someone didn't do the job. How do you say? Atata. Okay, so go atata. Right? Go atata until you know. Tell everyone atata. There is something wrong here. That can be done. Also, you can change the responsible person, which applies also in CRM and leads and deals as well. So if someone did not attend a certain task that is important during a certain given time frame, to change the responsible person, give it to someone else. Yeah, it's limitless what you can do in automations.
Instead of choosing a responsible person, is it possible to transfer it to a certain department?
Yes, same story. You can just make it available to that department. But again, because it's a business concept, and in business we know if you want a certain task not to be completed, you give it to two people, right? So at the end of the day, you need someone who's going to be held accountable for it. That's why you cannot have more than one responsible person for a task. If you want two people to do it, maybe you just create two tasks, you know, and ask them separately. Yeah. So, but yes, you can get them aware about it. Yes, that's possible.
Okay, thank you. And for the responses, as you mentioned, there is a like option to choose preference of language.
Yeah.
In the messages.
Yes.
So once we choose once we choose any preference, so it will be auto-translated in that language?
It's not about auto-translation. This is a brief configured template, the example that I have shared. So we just simply apply the basic automation rule, which is if, then. If language is English, then send this message. If Arabic, then send this message, which is true-false. You know, it's just true-false automation. But it's making it you know, more flexible, because there are so much ideas you can implement with just this basic automation rule, which is if, then, true, false.
So there's no option to customize the messages that
You can, of course, yeah. You can customize it, you can personalize it. Again, it's limitless what you can do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. I also have a question. So I'm very new to automatically directing, or it was automatically changing the stitches, right? So last week I was working on Bitrix, and there was a section of deals, right?
Yep.
With multiple stages.
Yep.
I don't know if there is any feature like it should move automatically to a certain stage. So for example, I'm in touch with any company, and there was a first stage of new stage, and then the meeting went well, and I sent the NDA, they signed the NDA. So is there any specific functionality it should move automatically, or it's like always I have to keep the track of each deal and I have to put it manually to the next stage?
That's a beautiful question. Yeah, definitely, of course. There are, again, limitless ways of automating this. And this is a good use case, again, just to put a context into this question. Moving leads and deals through the stages of the sales pipeline according to certain actions. So for example, if we are in a contact of someone in the lead pipeline and we agreed that we are going to meet, we had just a confirmed meeting, that's it. So once we assign the meeting time, we can automatically move the lead from the lead pipeline to deal pipeline. Once we, for example, did the meeting and it's good meeting and to send a proposal, automatically move it to send proposal. If we call the client and didn't pick up, automatically move it to no answer, because if you're using especially call gear in this part, the system can track that you try to call. So we can just put an automation in case of failed call, put to no answer, send no answer message, and so on. So yes, it can be moved automatically to various stages according to any configuration or triggers you wish to have.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And as you know, this platform is providing cloud application. It's allowing the maximum of 2 applications to be used at the same time. So first question is the possibility of integrating the runtime. Okay, second question, once it is integrated with the CRM, how many number of applications or how many number of users can use this application?
Yeah, you can definitely integrate your existing landline with call gear and then with the CRM. It requires, I mean, it depends on the hardware that you use internally, whether it's analog line or PRI, or if you have SIP trunk from Etisalat. So, but all options are possible. I mean, in every case, we can integrate this your existing phone number to call gear. And then you asked about how many users can actually use this number. Well, it depends on your subscription with call gear. So how many users you
maybe 1,000.
You signed up. So that amount of users you will have. Yeah. No, we virtualize.
I'm not going to go to take a virtual number from call gear.
Yeah, I understand.
For my landline.
We take your landlines, we virtualize them. I mean, the
So
line.
they do actually virtualize
make
it.
SIP line to integrate with CRM and with our cloud PDX. And then we add extension to that line. So let's say you can have 100 extensions after integrating your existing landline to call gear.
Extension or the same number?
Sorry?
Extension or the same number?
The same number each. I mean, if you have one number, general number, and it's being used by 50 people, so you need to assign extension numbers to that. So you still have your number, let's say 04 383 9191, and then each user have extension number like 12, 13, 14, etc.
Okay. And for specific devices from Etisalat or any device in the world?
Well, devices come from us. It's MikroTik, I think. In case of using analog lines, in case of SIP trunk, we don't need any hardware at all. We just connect your SIP trunk with our software.
Okay, well, this is about the last question. Can you give a brief about how Bulgarian capacity
to generate leads?
Yeah.
Well, we are not DMA, but we can help you with. Anyway, we can help you with generating leads. How it can be done? First, by implementing auto callback features with your existing website. Let's say somebody entered the website, and we immediately, according to the rules, we can just show them, pop up the window, engaging them to request a callback. And once it's done, the system automatically connects your agent with the customer. Or we can integrate your existing feedback forms or forms on your website. When somebody submits the request, the system automatically initiates the call. And the next point, how to generate more leads, by using call tracking feature.
Yeah.
So first, using call tracking, you will get statistics about how many calls you receive from each and every ad campaign. So you can analyze which ad campaign performed better. We analyze this down to keywords. So if you want to, we can next demo. I will show you in our cabinet.
Again?
Call tracking
From call gear.
Call tracking, it's not just about statistics about the calls. We analyze the source of the call. So before visitor came to your website and called you,
were they sleeping or they were awake?
I mean, you will understand from each exactly ad campaign, this particular caller came to your website. Because we give you a bunch of virtual numbers, we switch the numbers automatically and displaying a unique number to the visitor. We'll link it with the web browser session. So I will not
let's not make it boring here talking tick stuff. So we need to understand what you're doing. But in general, there is a code. You just put it in the form. Once someone filled us for this code, we'll know the number. We'll take it and just make a phone call to that number from any available agent in your team. That's it. No problem. Right. Any other questions, guys? We are working on a secret project, in fact, on that. Me and Andrew will, if you don't mind, let you know about it by Andrew, not me. So Andrew, see, this is the mic. Yeah, okay, go ahead. I hope that we have delivered our promise and made it worthy of your time and efforts. In general, as any business would go, it is as good as the technology and the ideas behind the technology that your business is using. At the same time, the technology is opening new opportunities for companies, and I believe your companies, all of you deserve a good technology. Because it's not just about the business itself, but also about the people behind this business, your staff, your employees, your families, their families. It's like a ripple effect. I don't want to get too much emotional into that, but when I think of it myself, I think, it is kind of touching people's real life, When your business becomes successful, that means a lot of other people around you also get a better life or become successful. So your business deserves a good technology, and I believe a good technology can make you money, can save you money, can make your work get done faster, more efficiently, and also with less cost. Bitrix24, Call Gear, What's Up, these technologies together might look like a big package for you, might be overwhelming. That's fine. That's too much to process. Maybe we discussed today some complicated ideas, maybe some simple ideas. It depends on your technical background. But I promise you this. The moment you get yourself into it, it really becomes intuitive, it becomes easy, it's self-explanatory, like literally following the steps. The interface is very easy, very simple. For Bitrix24, let's say 15 minutes orientation and your team is good to go. Just show them where to click. So it's not that much overwhelming. I don't want you to think it will add burden to your workforce. No, it will not. It will literally make their life easier. Again, if you need help with configuring your current Bitrix account, if you do have one already, or if you want to buy a license, we'll be more than happy to help. I want you to know that there is currently a promotion run by Bitrix24, offering 35, I think, or 30%, right, Andrew? 30 or 35?
What?
The discount from Bitrix24.
55.
Okay. So cloud, 35%, and 15 on the self-hosted plan. Again, Bitrix comes with two plans: self-hosted and cloud. So if you want the back-end code customizations to create something that's like customizable, more than what we have discussed today, so that option is available also with a self-hosted plan to put it on your own server or so. And I believe also this might be required by for example, the health organizations in general, like in the health industry, the healthcare industry, to host the data locally here. So that's also possible. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much for making it to the event, and it was a good time spent to you. Hope the same story goes with you as well. Thank you.